Hi everyone, I'm Scott, and this channel of mine is called CineRam. I've been gone for quite a while as far as posting new videos. The last time I posted videos regularly was February, so I'm making a few videos and releasing them over the next few days to kind of make up for it. And now I'd like to talk about films that I'm looking forward to seeing over the summer. Unfortunately, the Entertainment Weekly Summer Movie Preview issue is no longer a thing. The last one they published was 2021. They stopped publishing physical issues of the magazine, stopped printing issues, and so now I'm forced to basically just sort of go month by month, which is what a lot of websites do. Here's what's opening over the next month. But I did find a couple of different previews, articles and videos and what have you that had dates on them, so I could sort of map out stuff that was, that I'm interested in seeing. Not a lot coming out in August, at least not that I'm aware of. I know there's going to be films coming out in August, I just don't know what they are. And a couple of movies that have already come out, for example, Fast X and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, I've seen those, of course. There's another film that came out recently called You Hurt My Feelings, which is Julie Louis-Dreyfus, and directed by Nicole Holofcener. And they did a film together called Enough Said with James Gandolfini that I thought was really good, and so might be interested in checking that out. Also, Are You There, God, It's Me, Margaret? That classic novel got adapted into a film. I haven't seen that, but I'd like to. And as far as the movies that have yet to come, let's see here. We've got mostly, like I said, May is already over and done with, so we're focusing on June and July here. And it looks like basically everything in June is coming out within the same 2-week span right here. On June 16th, we have The Flash, which is questionable as far as marketing goes, but you know, it sounds like fun. And I'm looking forward to just seeing time travel shenanigans. And then, of course, we've got Asteroid City, Wes Anderson's new movie. I'm actually going through all of Wes Anderson's movies and rewatching all of them before this comes out, or at least before I go and see the film. Because some of them I haven't seen in many years. And there's actually another guy who's doing the exact same thing. His channel is called Ryan Cam. I'm going to link his channel below so you can check out his videos. He's pretty far ahead of me, but he's doing the same thing. He's watching each Wes Anderson movie and making a video on his thoughts on each one. Kind of like the director's series I used to do back in like 2010, 2012, something like that. I haven't done that in a while, but he's doing one, and so when I watch each film, I then watch his video and comment on it. So you should do the same thing. Right now I'm up to the Royal Tenenbaums, so I have a few more to go before the film comes out, but I'm really into Wes Anderson these days, and I've read a couple things about Asteroid City that make it sound really interesting as far as that whole sort of nesting doll structure like in Grand Budapest Hotel, which is probably the film of his that I've rewatched the most. Those are both coming out June 16, The Flash and Asteroid City. And on June 23rd, we have Jennifer Lawrence in a comedy. Finally, at long last, Jennifer Lawrence is starring in a comedy. She's a very funny person. She's really great on the talk shows and the red carpet interviews and what have you. But she oftentimes plays characters who are miserable or traumatized or something like that. The last film she did, she was a military veteran who's had PTSD, and I didn't even see it because I don't subscribe to Apple Plus. I'm going to, of course, but I'm like, can she do something light and fun, a comedy, you know? And boy, oh boy, is she doing a comedy. She's doing a super raunchy comedy. It's called No Hard Feelings, and it's from the director of the film Good Boys. I don't know a lot about the director. I can't even recall the name. But you know, basically she's having a ball, basically being very, very profane and looks like great fun. So I'm definitely interested in checking that. I'm so glad she's doing a comedy finally because, you know, I mean, between Mystique and The Hunger Games, she went through a lot of pain on screen. July, let's move on to July here. Oh, I'm sorry. The end of June, June 30th, the new Indiana Jones movie. A lot of people are not crazy about the fact that Spielberg is not directing this one. However, James Mangold is, And as far as I'm concerned, that points in his favor because James Mangold is a very solid director. He makes well-paced, very entertaining movies. So yeah, great choice to take over the franchise. Obviously, Ford has said that this is the last movie. Harrison Ford is not going to play Indiana Jones anymore after this. So hopefully it'll go out on a good note. We will see. So let's see, July. Mid-July, we've got Mission Impossible. The new Mission Impossible movie. I've seen every one of these in the theater. They're only dislike the second one. All the other ones are really good. I've read some interesting things about Tom Cruise not being able to get IMAX screens because another film, which I'm going to talk about in a second, is taking up all the IMAX screens when it opens, which is a shame because, you know, obviously a big action movie like that with all the great IMAX cameras that they used for the new Top Gun would come in very handy with some of the sequences, or some of the big set pieces in the new Mission Impossible. That's July 14th. There's also a comedy called Theater Camp coming out, which is about shenanigans at a summertime theater camp where kids get together to put on a play and sing and build sets and things like that. Molly Gordon is an actress who I first saw in the show Animal Kingdom, and not only is she starring in this, but she's also co-directing it, so that's interesting. Okay, so after that, there is, of course, the big face-off of the summer. On July 21, we've got Barbie versus Oppenheimer. Barbie, of course, is directed by Greta Gerwig, stars Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling as the Barbie and Ken from Mattel, and they live in a pink fantasy world, and then they journey into the real world and get confronted. It sounds like sort of like a cross between the Lego movie and the Brady Bunch movie. If you've seen the Brady Bunch movie from the 90s, the whole family is sort of like very, very locked into the 70s, but then they leave their home and it's like modern day and they interact with people who don't know why they're acting that way. So yeah, it sounds sort of similar to that. We'll see. And Oppenheimer, of course, is about the scientists that helped develop the first atomic bomb for the United States. Cillian Murphy is playing that character, and Christopher Nolan, of course, is directing, and he shot lots of it on IMAX cameras, which is why they struck a deal with IMAX to show it exclusively for 3 weeks after it opens, and this is 1 week before Mission Impossible, which means that Mission Impossible, unless Tom Cruise pulls something and convinces theaters not to show Oppenheimer, he's only going to get 1 week of the new Mission Impossible in IMAX theaters, which would be a great shame, but hey, that's Hollywood for you, I guess. What else is coming out in July? I think that's all I got here. I think I've talked about everything, except, of course, for Robots. Robots is a movie in which you have a British comedian played by Jack Whitehall. A character played by the British comedian Jack Whitehall and a woman played by Shailene Woodley, who have robot duplicates of themselves to go out and work and do things for them. And what happens is the two robots end up on a date and they fall in love with each other and they want to run away together. And so the real people they have to hunt them down and stop them or something like that. Anyway, both the lead actors play two characters. They play the original person and the robot double. It's a comedy. It looks kind of crazy. I don't have a date on that. The original date I had for it was May, but it hasn't come out yet, so maybe sometime later this summer, or maybe it'll just go direct to streaming. I don't know. Anyway, those are movies I'm looking forward to seeing this summer. And of course, there's more movies coming out in the fall. David Fincher's got a new movie. Yes. Martin Scorsese has a new movie. Excellent. Really excited for that. And I'll get to the fall at a later date. But for right now, those are, films and I'm sure you've heard of all of them. I'm not, digging up anything that you've never heard of before, except maybe Robots and Theater Camp. Those are more under the radar. So we'll see how they come out. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll have another video up pretty soon, so stay tuned. Bye.